we'll talk with them. Is that acceptable?
Yep, we are live early.
We are live.
Our thing kept going black, so we decided to go live early.
And no one's here yet, so...
That's okay. People will still
here,
see this
right?
part.
We're here, yes. Later they will see this. So
what you want to do is go into videos there.
Oh, I'm glad I got you here. Keep it straight.
And click on that.
Right now. Somebody just joined.
And there you go.
Okay. Who is this? Janet. Janet.
Oh.
Janet, somebody else.
Hey, Janet, you're early. We're early.
we're getting an early start so people can gather and we can be sure everything's working as we all gather together.
You're a little tall there today.
You know this.
He sits on a ball.
So
it's really helped his back.
So today's yogurt day.
It is yogurt day.
I'm excited for this.
We're going to wait for a few more people to come. Janet, we're doing well. Christine, nice to see you. Hello from
Christine,
West Virginia.
always chirping.
West Virginia. What part of West Virginia are you in? We're interested in some states, learning about them.
Well,
you turned it on fast.
I turned it on.
You got to talk now.
No, we're letting people gather so that they don't miss. And once again, it is yogurt day. And we actually had yogurt for breakfast. This was the last of the batch that we made here recently. So yogurt was some of our berries that we had put up here a while back. So,
Janet, you like the yogurt recipe. Did you try it? I can't remember of the people that I've read.
Well, what I'm hoping today is we get a few more pointers about yogurt because there's a lot to learn. Although we were really pleased with this last batch. I mean, we did it from the start from our own yogurt, and the flavor was from before. It was really smooth, but it wasn't. You like that little yogurt bite with it, and it didn't have it. So this did. I really liked it. And
Southwest, just south of Somerville. You made some kefir. All right. What kind of kefir did you make?
Who is that to make the kefir?
Christine.
Oh, Christine.
Always chirping.
Okay. I'm sure there's a story with always chirping.
I'm sure there is. Maybe she means always talking.
Oh, okay. That could be. That could be. So, well, I'm hoping to get several people on here because I know there are some great yogurt techniques out there for us to learn from, and I'm encouraged by that. Great place to share, and that's what this is all about, isn't it? This community that we all participate in.
And at 5, I'm going to share some stuff because
some specific things. Okay. So she is ready. She is ready. I just got us started earlier so we could chit chat and say hi to everybody. So.
Anyway, all right. Well, 2 minutes.
2 minutes? Okay.
Do a song and dance.
Clock on the wall says it's starting. But,
you have to look at that one. 1 minute.
Okay. She's going to be very specific here. She's going to depend on the computer, Microsoft, to tell us. That's
Not
fine.
a Microsoft fan. Janet, what part of the country do you live in?
She's glad we're early and not late.
I know.
That helps. Are you counting it down?
I am.
Let's see.
15.
Double fermentation, and it's like Greek yogurt, but nuked berries made as ice cream. I'm called Cricket because I am always chirping. Lots of loves. Southeast PA.
Oh.
So as in what?
As in pretty close to where we are.
No, southeast. We're west.
Southeast, we're west.
Yeah, she's at the other end.
Okay. All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah, we lived for a while, several years ago in the Poconos. So a little bit north of where you are.
Yeah. No, in East Stroudsburg we live.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So
near the Poconos.
You're near
we
Poconos.
We lived in East Stroudsburg.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right, so I'm back interested in Christine, what she did. Double fermentation. And it's like Greek yogurt.
Double fermentation.
With nuked berries made as ice cream. Okay, you're going to have to share that.
Yeah, we're going to want to know more about that, Christine. That sounds pretty interesting. Double fermentation. So we're going to learn something today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Always,
very good.
always. Okay.
That's how you doing. This is
I know
it's
we're
time.
going. We're
okay.
going.
You're on. You're on. You're on, girl.
All right. So we had a lot of different comments, and the one thing that I was the most interested in is I was using raw milk, but I was heating it clear up to 180, which really pasteurizes it.
It's no longer raw.
And then bringing it back down to 115. And I used the book.
You forgot a book.
Nourishing Traditions.
Oh, okay. So Western Price.
Yep. And they have you heat it to 180 for regular milk, but not for raw milk. They don't. But I did not have the things that the rest that you needed to be able to process the rest of it in the raw milk.
Oh, okay.
They wanted you to take your container and put it in a dehydrator to keep it warm in there, or something to keep it a lot warmer than what we had. And I didn't have that. So I opted to just use my milk like regular milk. Hello, Dolly. Hello.
You wanted to say
Dolly.
that, didn't you? She's probably never heard that.
I'm sure she gets that one. And so, because it does disturb me that I take my raw milk and make it pasteurized.
I thought you said you had some folks who said they don't do that.
I did have one of, let you talk to the nice people while I look this up.
You know, it's a great education to hear the different approaches and see what works.
Life on the Wink says that she takes her raw yogurt and doesn't heat it above 110. Her
milk.
Oh, she said raw yogurt. I make raw yogurt from raw milk, and I don't heat it above 110. And it comes out good. She followed Wholesome Roots recipe.
Okay.
So what I need to know is how afterwards they processed it.
So you need to look at Wholesome Roots recipe.
Or anybody on here.
So if there's other pointers. Okay.
I always get that song too. Yeah, I bet you do. The other thing is my sister and her husband, way back, we did a video on them, and he was is a diabetic, and changed his whole lifestyle, dropped a bunch of weight, and got
A1C. Yeah.
I'm gonna cough again. Weird.
Well, you don't want to do that on the air.
I know, and your water's all gone. Oh, okay, good. Sorry.
Sometimes we have to drink some water.
Anyway, she didn't want to use regular milk because she's trying to use a lower glycemic. So she used coconut milk. She called me up to see if she could use it, and I wasn't available, so she just went ahead and used it. And processed it the same as mine. But she just put it into glass jars and then stuck it in the oven, and there wasn't enough heat, and so it was just liquid the next day. So I'd be very interested in trying coconut milk.
So she had it nothing on in the oven?
No, we didn't either.
Okay, she just left it setting to...
Yeah, okay. But we had it in a hot...
So she had heated it to the 185 and then let it set.
180, and then let it go down, added her yogurt to it, and then stuck it into quart jars.
But it didn't work. So not a recipe to use.
No, but we're going to try it again using it in the pot that we used.
Keeping it warm. Keeping
it warm, and I have some, so I can try that.
Okay.
Has anybody else out there used coconut milk for their yogurt?
Good question. Yeah.
Weird. Also, we had not. Dolly has not. Do you have a mint? Oh, do I have a mint for my cough?
Good choice, yeah.
I don't know where that came from. It went away.
Good. You chased it away.
I chased it. Okay, I'm going to look over here for a moment at this video at my yogurt
list
YouTube to see what else was on here.
Because there were some suggestions.
There were. Okay. I'm interested in anyone who has made it in a crock pot. McCree Family Homestead says that she makes hers in a crock pot. She does a gallon at a time. And we specifically made only a quart because
with two of us,
we didn't want
a gallon's worth would last forever.
So
maybe it wouldn't last. How long does yogurt last?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm new to this. I'm learning.
I am guessing it probably lasts quite a while if you keep it refrigerated.
And then the third subject was using the yogurt, the commercial yogurt, to start it. And then what I've read is every little once in a while you need to go back, stop using your own for your culture, and use and get store-bought again. But one of our subscribers says nope. She's been using her culture for a year. For a year.
More like sourdough.
And she said that, or one of them said that when they use the commercial, it's not tangy, which we experienced.
We definitely experienced that.
And when we used our own,
having heard that, we recognized.
And when we had our own, it was tangy. So there you go. So come on, share. Do you have? Okay, so Janet, you said you made it and it worked out. I think she said she made it. Yes, it was very good, she said.
Well, and I want to know about Christine's double fermentation. So, Christine, Christine, are you willing to share some of your knowledge about double fermentation? It's something we definitely liked. I'm sure others are curious or would like to know. Unless everybody else knows about double fermentation but us.
And then one of our subscribers says she used 2 tablespoons of yogurt instead of the half a cup. And I have seen it both ways too.
So a little bit less.
A little bit less.
Okay.
So we'll just see and understand and try. So anyway. This is a tough time for a lot of people, but last time we had 14, 15 people on here. So, but this has been a really slow day on YouTube. Really? Yeah.
There's not a lot of
yesterday too. Both days it was like, where's people's videos? Where are the artists, everyone?
A lot of people taking a bit of a break. Maybe they're all gone to Florida for the rest of the winter.
No. Let's see.
Okay. Diana at Joshua Acres just got her. Okay, we're talking about yogurt, Diana, and we're asking for recipe ideas, things that have worked for you. And I guess the big question is, we haven't got answers, so we're looking for somebody with answers. Is the recipe we've used, we heat it to 180, cool it down to 110, and let it set. We know there are some who don't do that. We're interested in hearing that. So, techniques that don't have you pasteurizing your milk as you prepare the yogurt. Yeah. That's the question. So.
Yeah. And then the other thing, I had one person who took part of their yogurt and strained it to make a Greek yogurt, because if you strain it, then you get a lot of whey, and it makes the Greek yogurt, and then they kept part of it for a softer yogurt. I thought that was a fun way to do that, too.
You make a big enough batch you can have both. I like that. That's a good idea.
So I just think everyone needs to know you can make yogurt no matter your situation. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's really the point that we're trying to bring out here, is it's not that outrageously difficult. There's a lot of possibilities.
You've made it in a cooler. And did you put warm water in your cooler or hot water in the cooler? Because that's the way I've read, too, to do that. So, to pour hot water and set the things down in it, and if you have to add any water to the cooler during that period of time. Okay. So, and we could do that with our jars. Other people say, how we left it in the pan while it was incubating.
Still.
And other people pour it straight. After they've added it, they pour it straight into their quart jars and stick their jars in. I specifically kept it in my pan because my pan was a little oven into itself.
Yeah, that kind of pan is
it worked
awesome.
really well.
Yeah.
So, hey, Marianne, nice to see ya. I've been gone to kefir. I have gone to kefir instead of yogurt.
Okay.
All right. And are you doing milk kefir? And let's see. Okay, so Dolly says she puts water in the appropriate temperature and quart jars with her. Okay. Well, I'm going to try that.
And Christina's saying more recipes for the whey. There is a lot of different places that you can use it. Whey is pretty amazing.
And Art and Bree, you go to their YouTube and go to where it has the little, where you can search, put in whey, because she did a video on what to do with all of your whey. I mean, I know for sure you can feed it to your animals. They love it.
So, Dolly, what is it that chickens don't love?
They don't love banana peels.
That's right. Banana peels, they're not, and orange peels. But I mean, food kinds of things. It's hard to. Oh, onion skins. Yeah. Okay, that's another one.
Did you take the water?
I should kind of keep that anyway. So, but whey. I don't think there are any animals that don't like whey.
Our dog loved it.
Yeah, they all like it. So it's a great food to share.
I have used my whey before because I've had quarts of it in there before. I have used my whey in bases of soup. I use it when something calls for milk, like in pancakes. I'll put whey in that. I also use my yogurt as the milk for the pancakes when I'm doing it, because that makes it almost with a sourdough texture.
What a taste for the pancakes.
So good. Also, muffins or anything like that. Go ahead.
Mariana, I'm curious about your reason for switching from yogurt to kefir. I mean, we like them both, but it sounds like you've kind of made a shift over from yogurt to kefir. So
I've never made kefir. I'm going to make kefir water, but we used to. And do you flavor your kefir? The only kefir we've ever had is Nancy's in the store. We were told hers had more nutrients in it, but it's still very sweet.
Yeah, we want to make.
We stopped doing that now. So, and I know you have to have kefir grains, and we know where we went online and got ours for the water. Yeah, and they sent them to me. I just haven't done them yet. We were gonna do them this weekend or right now, and then we're gonna be away for the weekend, and you have to babysit them.
So yeah, that's a next week project.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Beck. I use kefir really that they don't like banana. We feed ours banana. Is that bad? I don't know. I don't think there's any
bananas for your chickens. No, they need the potassium.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good.
That would be great.
Anything to help them out. So,
Dolly's eats bananas, but the rabbits love. Don't eat. Oh, they do.
Mine will eat banana, but the rabbits love banana. Yeah, I'm sure. Keep talking. I'm trying to.
Okay, sorry. You have to tell me what's saying. I was trying. We're both looking over there. I'm trying to see what's going on.
So Diane is wanting to herd share. She's wondering, goat or cow for herd share. Now, is this like for meat? Is that what you're looking at, Diane?
Diane, I have a question for anyone. Have the opportunity to herd share. Can't decide on which to do goats or cows.
Well, what kind of milk do you like to drink, and how are you using it?
We can tell you, but it's our opinion.
Well, no, but it depends on what she's doing. If she wants to make a lot of cheese, then goat may be a good choice. If you're wanting milk to drink in a larger volume, then cows are a possibility. And I guess it depends on what kind of cow, too.
Right now, we get our milk from raw milk from a place that isn't the best. It's really good milk.
And Dolly is saying try the milk first, and that's really the key, because a goat's not just a goat, a cow's not just a cow, and what they're eating. It depends
on your goat,
the breed and what they're eating, what they're being fed.
We had Saanen, Saan, whatever goats. That milk was incredible. I didn't even know it was goat milk.
Yeah, you didn't know which one you were drinking.
It was really, really good.
So. But the difference between Jersey milk and, say, a Holstein.
Well, like we're doing right now, right now we are getting our milk from a farm that has a lot of Holsteins and a little bit of Jersey mixed in. We've never done that before, but it's the only one we have available. So we get about that much cream on the top instead of that much cream.
And the cream isn't as rich as what a Jersey would be.
But it's still really good.
So, but yeah, that's really what you have to do is
there a price difference? You know, I'm not sure about the goat milk.
Now, Dolly, I don't know, is that a question for Diane and what she's faced with the shares? So.
Hey, Mapleberry, welcome.
Yeah. So you're buying into the shares. I guess that would be a big influence. I mean, how much are you paying and what quantity of milk are you going to be getting for it?
I can't remember when we did our share before what we did for our milk. We have actually paid up to $16 a gallon.
Depends on where you are. Somewhere it comes at premium prices, that's for sure.
And we were happy to have it. We pay $6 a gallon right now. And we're thrilled with that price. And that's what we paid in Oregon also.
A2, yeah, there's a good question.
Yeah, the A2 is something that's pretty new for us. We had a cow named Clarabelle, and she was a little Jersey, and we have no idea if she was A2. We didn't even know about A2 then. So,
but Diane, what you're hearing is there are a lot of questions to ask. You know, it has to do with quality, it has to do with volume, it has to do with what you're going to do with it. And that can have an influence.
Hands down for us, we love Jersey milk the best, by far. But
so Christine just joined. Hey, Christine.
Hi, Christine. If they are on, and even the Jersey, if they are on, say they're on hay instead of grass because the weather's really cold, we can tell the difference in the taste. You can totally tell the difference. So when you have the same cow, and we used to go to a farm where they had 3 or 4 cows, and they would put the name of the cow on the top. This is from, you know, and so you know which one you were getting the milk from.
So Mapleberry's asking if we've thought about how. Oh, I don't know who you're asking about the goat, Mapleberry. We don't have a place to have a goat right now. When we do, once again, and it's coming, get our own homestead, yes. There's a debate going on about,
you know,
do we have a goat or not? I really like the goat. She is concerned.
Well, no, you know what? We want to be able to, on our homestead, do things that will bring in money. And one of the things that
in addition to the food we get to eat. Yeah.
And so one of the things we're seriously looking at doing is to open up a petting area, a place for agritourism to come in. And for that we would need goats and rabbits. Otherwise, I mean, we've definitely had goats before, and they're sweet and lovely, and we could tell you the cutest story. Okay, we will. So we had a mama goat and 2 baby goats, and they were in the fenced area in front of our house when we walked out.
In a pen that kept them safe and also kept them in.
Super high.
2 important things.
And then we had a very, very, very large dog named Tucker. And
who loved everything.
And one day, we walked out of our door, and there was Tucker inside the goat pen, and Mama and her 2 babies were outside the goat pen, and both of them were standing at the gate like...
We had a double lock on the gate. Still don't know what happened.
Both of them were standing there waiting. I went on the other side. So we opened the door, and they both went... It was so hilarious. So hilarious. Anyway, so just... Oh, thank you, Mapleberry. We like you guys, too. So I haven't read for a little while. Brown Swiss Jersey Cross. Ooh, I have heard about those brown Swiss. We really probably on our farm are going to get a Dexter, one that doesn't have the horns, just because it's small. And I understand its milk is really good too, and we want to go and test it before we do. But we're probably going to get a Dexter.
So we've had a few more folks join. I think you need to ask some of your yogurt questions you were trying to get answers for everybody.
All right. So the 3 questions that we want yogurt answers to are, when you make your raw milk into yogurt, do you just heat it to 110 or 115 and not do it up to the 180 and come back? And
do you have success doing that?
Yep.
We understand some
one
do.
person has. I did it.
And are there particular things you need to do to make certain that it works?
I put mine, when I did that, when we were in Oregon, I did that, put it into a quart jar and stuck it in the dehydrator. It never set.
Yeah. So we haven't had, apparently we missed something there. But so if it works, we'd like to know the trick that we didn't put in place.
Oh. They're laughing at the story. That is funny. What were the other two questions?
One of the questions you asked was about coconut milk.
Oh, has anybody made yogurt with coconut milk and had it be successful? And I'll remember the other one and see if I can. If I'm ever living where I can have dairy animals, I would go for the smaller breed because of my age.
I think, yes, for a couple of reasons. Number one, they're easier to handle. And number two, the quantity of milk they produce is a little bit less. When you don't have 10 kids running around, you don't need gallons of milk. I guess you can always find something to do with it, but it's an expensive thing to feed to your pigs or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Dolly does hers to 180 and then comes down for sanitation stuff.
Yeah.
And it really, what did somebody say in here that really sets the proteins? It helps with the proteins to take it up that high.
Okay.
I'll look over here.
Oh, to take it up, it helps with the proteins to get up to 180?
Yeah.
Huh, okay. Well, that's good to know. So I'm not. I don't know everybody's name. So Mapleberry Farm is saying that Ashley would does it a lot. Would know. So it's too bad she's not here to fill this all in properly.
I can't tell which one it was.
So okay.
All right. Well, I'll just wait. So Jeremy and Ashley. Okay. Oh, so this is Jeremy who's on, and Ashley is your wife.
Okay, so
got it. So I know them.
Skim milk.
Oh, hi, Green Gables.
Didn't work out so well.
Oh yeah, I don't use skim milk at all. So just because we preach real food, we have to just say the less fat that it has in it, the more sugar it has in it. So we don't use...
Well, plus skim milk's going to have a few other things yanked out of it, too. So some of what you need to get the yogurt to work is gone.
So you put it in your Instapot. After lots of research, followed all the steps to a T. However, I used 2 packets of Culture for Life yogurt starter flop. I don't know anything about that.
Well, she started with...
Yeah.
So
try again.
But don't use skim milk.
Use full fat milk.
Yeah, start with full fat, and if you can get anything closer to raw, you're going to be a lot happier.
But I mean, we worked really hard when we couldn't get raw milk. Then we would buy milk that is vat.
So Dolly's had success with skim milk.
Okay.
So
it may be the Culture that she used. She used 2 packets of Culture.
So different Culture, maybe. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I just use Culture. Yogurt is the Culture. Yep, that's what we do. We use regular store-bought. We use Fage, F-A-G-E, or how do we say that? Fage?
Yeah.
Because we like the taste of that.
Breaking the Vicious Cycle, and found it to be great. So a book called Breaking the Vicious Cycle, and that seems to help. Yeah, Fage.
2 weeks ago, we did a video live where we kind of came down on YouTube and said, this is when you get demonetized. And so we showed all the things. We did all the name droppings. We showed all the products. We showed all the books. And of course, we were demonetized. And then we requested that we be monetized. They monetized it. So,
but as predicted, they turned off the monetization right away.
Right away, but they turned it back on. So that I just thought I should follow up and let you guys know that they did that.
Yeah, Christine, that's always the challenge, isn't it? To find the right place.
So when we couldn't find raw milk, we went to the grocery store and found milk that had been vat pasteurized. And vat pasteurized is pasteurized to a low temperature for a longer period of time. And so it doesn't take out all of the protein that makes it hard for us to digest. So when you pasteurize it, it takes out the enzymes that you need to digest. And so when it's vat pasteurized, it's that enzyme is still in there. So see if you can find that. A lot of stores will carry that now because they're very conscious of that, like a Whole Foods, or go to someplace like that and try.
Green Gables is saying that her daughter is lactose intolerant, and so she's looking for options there. What's interesting, we have a couple of sons who are lactose intolerant, and we found raw milk they had no trouble with.
And that's because it doesn't have the...
So I'm curious.
So are they lactose intolerant to raw milk? Because I would be very surprised if they were.
But, not saying it wouldn't happen. So, Dolly is asking, any news on the property front? Yes. We're a little reluctant to say we're getting, start naming things. Because we could still change our mind. We're still reserving that right. So anything we tell you is subject to change. Okay, we have the right to do that.
Last week we do a vlog every week, and if you haven't given us your email to get our weekly blogs, we send a newsletter with our blog attached. And it's on our website. So you can go to hardinessapproach.com and join and get our emails, our newsletter.
You'll get it.
So last week's vlog that we wrote about abandoned farms and the tug-of-war that we are going through. And the reason we don't talk about it on here is because our children
watch occasionally.
And we're not leaning towards moving near our children, but not because of our children. It's because our children all live out west in the desert.
Or close to it.
We aren't inclined to do that anymore. And so we're seriously looking at some...
We still want to be able to visit our grandchildren, so we don't want completely disowned. So
we seriously looking at some parts of Missouri. We were seriously looking...
See, Dolly.
Bye, Dolly. We were seriously looking in Virginia, but something in our gut just isn't there. We have to kind of go by our gut, and so we are looking...
So I'm going to pause just a second. We had a question with our names. Jim.
Rhenda.
Got your memory jogged. Okay.
Jim Rhenda.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your story.
Anyway, we're looking in Missouri, in an area that is about within 2 hours of a larger city that we can take our market garden to, that we can do Airbnb from, that we can have the solitude of having of being in the country, having a place to grow, and still be able to go. And then it's only 10 hours from Colorado. Actually, Oregon is 20 hours from Colorado, so it is closer to our kids. What am I missing here?
Come to Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah, I know. And I had super bad experience in our early marriage living in the Deep South. And so I haven't got the nerve to do that yet, again.
It had to do with large bugs. Large quantities of large bugs.
Oh, Dolly says Alabama has those icky egg-eating snakes. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway.
Anyhow, so right now we're looking at Missouri, and sorry, kids, if you're seeing this. Boy, am I going to get phone calls. They're going to have to find out sometime.
Yeah. Can't keep it. Anyway.
We did look at a really nice property in Idaho today, but it's much colder in Idaho.
And Dolly's suggesting Washington, which has definitely been on the list.
It definitely has.
The challenge that we're finding is just the cost of getting the right kind of property and located somewhere close to...
Yeah, you can get so much more for your money, Missouri on over. Missouri, West Virginia, Virginia. It's crazy how much you can get for your money. There's some good farm and land for sale, looking at land for a couple months there. Oh, you are looking for land there.
trying to see what Christine. Where was Christine? I lost track of your statement.
Christine hasn't had snake eating ants.
Okay. So, okay, gotcha.
Oh, she said I can't deny that. She's okay. Anyhow, it's a. We're losing our light here.
Yeah, the sun's going down here.
We're about the end of our 30 minutes, and it continues. Did you just? Oh,
no, I haven't done anything.
It just continues to be an ongoing thing for us. We look all the time.
Well, we have a time period. It doesn't make sense to make a decision and then change it because of other factors. But we're trying to get more like we're trying to be thorough on what we're considering and not overlook anything, and not make a decision and then see other opportunities. But we really feel like we're getting it narrowed down, getting what is important to us narrowed down, and what makes sense, what we can live with.
We're not upset at you for asking that at all, because a lot of people ask that. But I'm going to ask you a question. You live up in Canada. How long do you get to grow? I mean, do you grow like from June to October, or what's your growing season? Not that I'm moving to Canada.
Yeah, Dolly, you're right. That's been a big part of our conversation, having a budget for family visits. Very important. And for those times when, Mom, I need you here, or Dad, I need you here, that we'll be able to do that. So yeah, we have to be prepped for that. And that's really part of our consideration, is putting ourselves in a situation where we definitely have that ability. We're not just going to be on a sustenance homestead. We've got to generate a little bit more income than that, so that at a moment's notice, if we need to have somebody come in and take care of things and we jump on a plane, that we can do that. We recognize that. But, our situation is, no matter which child we choose to live close to, we're far away from everybody else. So,
but they're all in the, we have one in Ohio.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them are back east.
Back west. But one of them's way west.
Yeah.
So,
So Mapleberry said that they looked and looked and looked and looked for miles before they found theirs. And that their frost date, they have frost in September. So that's, and in Spokane, they're May 15th to October-ish.
Yeah.
And we got really spoiled the last 2 years, because we were in Oregon and we were putting things down in February.
Yeah.
And we covered them with low tunnels. But anyway.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, we've reached the end of our time. We'll keep you wanting more, so we're going to say
we definitely didn't get all of our yogurt answers.
That's okay. Maybe people will write them in.
And the double fermentation, we really want to know about this double fermentation. So in our comments, or even send us an email. That would be great. We'd like to hear more about it. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Being in the middle of the country sounds good. Yep, that's what we think. Yeah, that's part of the thought. We think so. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Take care. Till next time, everybody. Your season is March to 4th in Green Gables. Where are you at? March 30th to November 4th. Wait, I'm staying on until she tells me where she's at. Because that's what we were at in... So Green Gables. That's what just... I know. So where are you, Green Gables? We're going to need to go look. I bet you. Yeah, we'll look if she doesn't tell us. Oh, North Alabama. Oh, she does want us to come to Alabama. Okay. We're hearing you. Probably not going to happen, but okay. Thanks, everyone. All right, take care. Bye-bye.